Okay, all right. Well, let me ask you straight away, because there are a lot of different things to analyze from this game. Were you surprised at all that it seemed like the defense had that level of regression back to some of the same struggles they had before the last 3 really strong weeks?
Yeah, you probably knew this was coming, but Detroit had a lot to do with it. But frankly, they were doing some makeshift work with their personnel too. They had to really design their upfront offensive line blocking scheme. They had some new faces in there. Of course, they had new faces in that secondary. It's particularly frustrating when you think about that. They're a good team. Goff is outstanding. You can't give him any time. We did. We had a tough go of it inside in our trenches last night. That was unexpected. I thought we had worked all week to basically be ready for them, and this was a real puzzler for me as well, sitting there watching it. We've got to use our inside guys on defense. We've got to get some pass rush out of that, as well as stop the run, and I wasn't at all satisfied with what we did either place. Now, Detroit is a solid, good football team that could very easily go a long way in the playoffs. They could.
Look, the puzzler is why Jerry still calls it a surprise. We got physically dominated inside. The issue isn't complexity, it's consistency. When you can't get a reliable push from the interior D-line, guys like Osa Odigizua, and your linebackers are losing leverage, the Lions' run game eats you alive. Must simplify the assignments and prioritize stopping the power run, or this defense is a liability against any good offense.
Now, one thing that some people seem to disagree about from this game, I know Richard Sherman was really adamant about it. Some people and some fans this morning questioning the effort from George Pickens last night. Did you feel as though there was an effort issue whatsoever with him last night?
He didn't have the game that he's been having. But effort, I would be very careful with him going there. This guy is he's explosive with his temperament, and I say that in a positive way. So I don't think so much it was effort, but I might not. But I don't necessarily have a good explanation as to why he didn't show up more, especially again against the backdrop of they were limited in their secondary, and I thought, although we have a lot of respect, I do, for their defensive front, and their defensive front did whip us on the offensive line. It did.
Yeah. And
so therein lies maybe a little bit more of the problem. You say, well, I thought Dak got some balls out there that should have been caught. Fournette had a really good night. I know we're all positive about how he's coming along,
sure.
But he made some really outstanding plays. But I would have thought it would have been Pickens Grand Central. I'm not disappointed, other than the fact that it could have helped us win that ball game. But no, I'm not at all concerned going forward about Pickens. I would agree with you. I thought we would have more with him than we did.
Pickens has the talent, but star receivers must show up when the matchup demands it. This wasn't about the scheme. It was about the fight for 50-50 balls and creating separation against weak coverage. We need more consistent effort. He needs to emulate the grit of a guy like Michael Gallup, who runs his routes full speed and fights for every block. If our number one target disappears in crucial moments, we're not a serious contender, regardless of what Jerry says about his temperament.
Well, Jerry, I know there's still a lot of emotion going into this and everything. A lot of fans, you're seeing, the season's over. You're seeing some people say, no, you still have these, you got the 9%. Where are you mentally after the morning after that loss last night?
Well, I too knew what was at stake about our odds of getting in the playoffs. We have a better team than we played last night. We do. Detroit is a good team, but we have a better team. And so, can we literally win out? Of course, we can win out. Is it going to be hard? Double, of course, it is to win out. And a lot of crazy things happen. And so I think very much that we should look at last night with what might have been, and I like to do that, nothing wrong. I live in a lot of my past, and it has never kept me from doing something for the future and present day. So I like to daydream. I like to do it all. I like to remember all the years with everybody I loved and all of that stuff. So I don't walk around in a daze, but it's a big part of living to me. But we've got to look at the very narrow chance that if we get out here and play better than we played last night, yeah, we can be still playing when playoff time comes.
Jerry is right. This is a better team. But better teams play disciplined football. We saw sloppy execution, missed tackles, and poor run defense. Those are fixable coaching issues, not talent issues. The time for self-reflection is over. This team needs to play with a killer instinct, the mentality of a champion, not a pretender. The window is closing, and if they don't fix the consistency issues right now, they'll be watching the Super Bowl from home. That's the reality. We've broken down Jerry's excuses. Now I need your take. Is the lack of discipline on Jerry Jones, or are the players simply not tough enough? Hit the subscribe button right now, drop your boldest predictions in the comments below, and tell me, are the Cowboys Super Bowl contenders or just pretenders?